And good evening to everyone. As nighttime falls, as I think most everybody is done watching Yellowstone tonight, and as we all see the headlines of what's going on in Meridian, Mississippi tonight, another murder. And joining us live from the police department this afternoon is Heather Lubbers. And Heather, we want to say thank you for taking the time to join us tonight to talk about what has gone on tonight. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So explain to us what has happened. This was, where is Village Apartments, number one?
506 Front Street Extension.
So this would be like you were traveling downtown Meridian toward the downtown area on the right.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Now, what time did this happen? What do we know at this point? And I know it's an ongoing investigation, but what can you tell us at this point?
It occurred a little before 7 p.m. Dispatch received multiple calls for shot fired in Hollow Village, and it was possible hit. The first officer got on scene with less than a minute of the call, and was advised by people standing by that the victim was taken to the hospital by a personal vehicle.
And once the person got to the hospital, were they pronounced dead immediately, or did they make it a little bit longer than that?
From what my understanding is, they did make it a little bit longer than that they had tried to work on them before they were pronounced.
Okay. All right. What do we know about what escalated this? Do we know what, was it an argument? Do we know anything at this point, or do we have investigators there now trying to figure all of this out?
They're still trying to figure all that out right now.
Do we know if this was a male or a female?
Do you know it was a male?
It's a male. Do we have an age on that person at this point?
Not yet.
Okay. Now, I think you and I both have, as we've all heard, there's been reports of things happening in that area over the last 3 to 4 days. And I don't know if the past few days have led up to this and it went over the top, what happened, but it has been an area of concern for the last few days, I know. Now,
we've had several shooting calls over the last couple of days.
What is patrol going to be stepped up at this point for the remainder of the night to watch everything throughout the city?
Yes, they're doing their best step up patrol and also try to meet the demands of everyday calls.
Okay, I'm getting. All right, let me ask this: are you on speakerphone at this point while we're talking? I'm getting a lot of people saying there's feedback on this.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that better?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think everybody can hear you better as they were making comments on that. All right, so we'll go back over this now so that we can hear you a little bit better. It happened at what time tonight?
Just a little before 7.
Happened at 7 o'clock tonight. And again, this was the Village Apartments. He was taken to the hospital. I'll let you go back over that again.
Okay, we'll just recap the whole thing. A little before 7 p.m., our dispatch center received multiple calls for shots fired and that somebody was possibly hit. The first officer got on scene for less than a minute from the call that was dispatched. He was informed by people on scene that the victim was transported to the hospital via personal vehicle. Once he arrived at the hospital, from my understanding, medical personnel did work on him before he was pronounced deceased.
Okay. And again, as Heather went on to say, we do not know how old the person is. We do know that it's a male that was shot tonight. This was located on Front Street, Meridian. If you're coming into Meridian, going toward the downtown area, right up from where Bowers Auto is on the right-hand side of the road behind that auto parts place, which for the life of me, I can't think of at the moment. And we, as you said, increasing patrol tonight.
Yes.
Okay, so that is what we know at this point. Heather, thank you so much for joining me tonight and telling us what you do know at this point.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. You have a good evening.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
If you're just tuning in, and I did see the report, as y'all were saying there, it was kind of hard to hear. I don't know what caused that. It was some type of feedback that came in and made it scream. What she told us on that was that tonight, just a little after 7 o'clock, shots rang out at Village Apartments. Now, let me go here and pull this up where we can take a look at the map and see exactly where this was, where all this happened. As we pull this up so that you can see here, Here's Highway Village Apartment. As we zoom in on this is Front Street here in Meridian. As you come along here on Highway 45, this is going to be Bowers Auto. This is going to be Advanced Auto Parts, and it's right here behind it where the shots rang out. They were transported from here up the street and over to the hospital. They did not survive. It was a gunshot wound. Highway Village Apartments, Chan said. Highway Village. We'll change that. I may have typed that wrong. Sorry about that. But as we look at this, a sad note. We don't know the age of the person, but they were shot earlier tonight. They did not make it once they were taken to the hospital. Very little is known by the police at this point as they dig into this. The investigators are on the scene now, trying to figure out what did go wrong. We don't know how many. We do know that the shooter has not been taken into custody at this point. The Meridian Police Department is on this, trying their very best to solve this tonight. They're going to increase patrol as they monitor these situations in there to make sure nothing else occurs there. We certainly hope nothing else does. As if you watched this morning, we had tons of reports of gunfire throughout the city last night. It was just one thing after another, and these things do lead up. This was my notes from this morning, and I'm counting at least 8 to 9 reported shots fired over the city last night. There was one home that was hit by gunfire last night on 43rd Avenue area. And then we have this tonight. We certainly hate that this happened. We wish it could go away. As we get more details on this, we will pass it along. But at this point, that's really all there is to know at this point. Someone's been killed. We don't know an age. As we look at this map, as we pull this back up so you get a better understanding of where all of this is. If you're coming in to Meridian, the Coca-Cola plant is up here. This is Highway 45 coming in from Marion. This is Highway 39 as you come in here. And this is the red light here where you would turn to go up toward the Mall Johnson Dodge area. If you go straight, this is Highway Village. This is the Honda dealership. And this is Bowers Auto. And right over here sits Advanced Auto Parts. And that little nook is right behind it is where that happened. So condolences to the family of this young man. We say young man without knowing an age of how old they were. It's sad regardless. This ranks in at number 18 or so that we have in murders in Meridian so far this year. Just a sad state at this point as we pass along this information. We gathered as much as we can. As this becomes more information available on this, we will pass it along. Officers are working on it. We'll be here tomorrow morning bright and early to pass along as much information. Maybe more will come out of tonight. We'll know more. But that's where we are tonight. Thank you all for joining. And again, join us at 6:30 in the morning. And also at 8:30, we'll monitor everything throughout the night. So something else come up, we'll do break-ins and let you know exactly what's going on. So again, thank you. Another sad day for the Meridian area, as we have to tell you there is one more person killed in our community. Thank you all for joining, and we'll add more as we can here from Scotty Ray's Weather.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by